Deep in Pinellas County, amongst the scenery that defines the Florida look of palm trees, pastel-colored buildings, and manatee mailboxes, sits this hidden modern gem, surprisingly with the look and feel of a New York loft. It's the Pinellas Park Public Works Building, the site of JWB's second annual Youth Leadership Conference, providing ample room for enthusiastic young people excited to see what the day had in store. This year's conference focused on youth mental health behind the mask. We took a moment to ask the current Youth Leadership Committee what exactly that phrase, behind the mask, means to them.
Behind the mask really means someone is trying to cover up what they really are or how they really feel. That's where I feel like mental illness comes into play. He or she has someone to talk to or someone to be with that they trust. They can remove their mask and reveal their true feelings and attitudes.
Basically, what we notice is that a lot of teens do have mental health problems, and really inside they could be sad, but on the outside they be smiling and everything. And we say behind the mask because deep down they're hurting, but they're showing others that they're actually happy. That's sort of how we came up with the idea.
Well, it's really, breaking the stereotype in some sort of way. Like for me, as an example, I'm a Mexican, right? We really came here to try our best to put us forward. That's what our parents were doing. And I really think it's, breaking stereotypes.
Everybody's mask looks different and everybody behind the mask is different. We don't really know until you reveal what's under the mask, how you're feeling and who you are.
Mental health is something that people really don't talk about. So when someone wants to come forward about it, they're scared to, or they don't do it because people judge them for it. And so they put on a mask to hide how they're truly feeling inside.
You don't need a mask to show in front of certain people. You can just be yourself and show your true colors.
Tremendous insight and support from such young minds. The committee knew they wanted mental health to be the focus of the conference, but how exactly were they going to present it to their peers in an interesting and engaging way?
They decided that mental health was really important. It was a topic they wanted to talk about, but they didn't know how to deliver it. So they suggested, why don't we try a poet? And so I sat down with Dennis. He was amazing. I was completely sold, and he came up with this amazing curriculum. Then the kids went to do a poetry workshop. They took all that information and they created poems. Poems that will give them an opportunity to talk about how they feel, what ways they use to cope with any mental health issues that they may have, and ways to help end the stigma around mental health.
1 in 5 teens is affected by mental illness. And using the format of creating poetry and sharing during open mic is a great way of expressing those feelings of struggle in a completely safe space. The full experience of the conference included workshops where the kids had an opportunity to brainstorm and learn about elements that both trigger and help young people to cope with mental illness, meals and socializing, vendors, some outdoor activities to blow off any nervous jitters the kids were feeling before they shared in front of the group, and finally concluding with poetry during open mic.
I was brought here by a fellow poet, Dennis Amadeus, with another poet, Wally B, for a great idea Dennis had to do a mental health conference day using poetry and writing as a way to express and deal with these different things. And we're using writing as a way to process and deal with traumas, and sometimes it's easier to tell paper the truth than someone else.
What you believe in is important in the world because that's how you can help others and overcome. And we're doing that through poetry, spoken word. That's our biggest avenue of being able to get young people to express themselves and to really talk about some of the things that are behind the masks that they wear on a consistent basis. So they're going to be sharing their stories pretty soon on the open mic, so that's exciting.
We're just so excited to have so many teens here who feel comfortable to share the things that they've been going through. they're making new friends, they're learning new ways to cope, and we're just so excited that we can bring light to this topic that's affecting so many of our teens, and we're proud of the safe space that we've been able to create, and we hope to continue to fight the fight to end the stigma.